Hi everyone, it's Juliet Elliott here for We Love Cycling. I'm joined on the mat by my lovely cat Betty today. So what we're going to be talking about today is the 4 core exercises that you can do to help make you a faster cyclist. Now, it's no surprise that the things you do surrounding the actual pedalling, the actual cycling itself, can help improve your performance. And in order to make sure that I get the most out of the training that I put in on the bike, I go to see Lucy Poole, the cycling physio in Exeter, and she helps not just iron out any post-race niggles, but make sure that I'm in the best possible shape before I head off to do them. Now, these core exercises are what she gave to me to do after she noticed through a series of little videos that I was wiggling about in the trunk and therefore losing power that could be going through my legs into the pedals and the drivetrain and ultimately speeding and powering me along, making me faster. So I've incorporated these into my routine 2 or 3 times a week. Each exercise you only have to hold for about 10 seconds, but then you are meant to repeat it 6 times. So I'll get straight into it and show you what I'm doing, because you can try it yourself and see if it works for you as well. The first thing that I like to do is the beginner curl up. So you lie in a supine position with your hands supporting your lumbar region without flattening your lower back into the floor. You flex one knee to 90 degrees and keep the other leg relaxed on the floor. Lift the head and shoulders a short distance off the floor and leave the elbows on the floor. And do not produce any movement in the head or neck. So you don't want to be chin tucking. Really, you want to picture the rotation point being in the thoracic spine and view the head and neck as a block that should be lifted as a whole. The second exercise is the side plank. For whatever reason, I find this fairly tricky, so it's a good thing that I'm doing it. I hold it on each side for 30 seconds and then I repeat it 3 times. You lie on your side with the legs straight and in line with your body. Support the upper body on the forearm or elbow with the elbow directly under your shoulder, and then you place your top arm on your side. Next, all you do is lift your pelvis off the floor to create a straight line with your body and hold the position without allowing your pelvis to drop. And then you repeat this on the other side. The third exercise is the lower back extension. For this one, you lie flat on the mat with your hands behind your head and your chin tucked in. Then you lift up by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Probably worth noting that some of these exercises probably look fairly easy, but if you haven't done them before, it can be a bit of a strain on the body. So if you have any history of previous injury, it's probably worth getting some specialist advice before you dive on in and do some of these. Certainly I can feel them having an effect, strengthening the torso. So I am taking it slowly and not doing super long holds and trying to focus on my form. Having said that, I'm not a qualified personal trainer, so if you see any issues with my form, again, get some specialist advice from someone who is trained in physical therapy or a personal trainer, and they can make sure that you're doing things correctly. My fourth exercise, it is the bird dog. Why is it called that? I don't know, but anyway, you go on all 4s, you have your knees directly underneath your hips and your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. And then what you do is you lift up one arm, reach forwards and lift up the opposite leg and reach backwards. So it's not simply lifting up your arm and your leg, it's about lengthening and reaching. So you want to try and do this without twisting or turning your torso. I'm going to have a quick look in the mirror. See, I often end up going like that and really want to try and correct that. You hold this and then you swap over to the other side. And like the other exercises, it's all fairly small, simple movements, but they need to be done with a degree of control in order for them to be the most effective they can be. Anyway, I hope you found these exercises useful. They're really working for me. They aren't easy, though they look it, as I've mentioned. So if you feel up to it, then give them a go and let us know how you get on. See you later.